from the CBS Bay Area studios, this is KPIX 5 News.
It's 7:30 a.m. this Sunday morning, February 4th. Good morning. I'm Phil Matier.
And I'm Melissa Kane. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. We've got gorgeous weather in the Bay Area this weekend, and this is the beach in Santa Cruz yesterday. People were out jogging, sunbathing, and playing beach volleyball. And this trend is not about to go away just yet. You'll have another chance to get outside and enjoy the sun today. Now, KPIX 5 has an exclusive preview of an ad to be released tomorrow by a PAC called It's Our Time. In it, the group accuses a group of white men of cutting a backroom deal to help each other knock Breed out of the mayor's office.
There are allegations tonight about some backroom dealing in the selection of San Francisco's new interim mayor.
He means this guy cut a backroom deal with these guys that helped this guy's campaign for mayor.
Any truth to them?
I don't want to comment on that.
The It's Our Time group says it's a diverse coalition of women, and they plan to release the ad online tomorrow.
And that certainly has become, out of the gate, one of the hot topics in the mayor's race. The question of tech in San Francisco and its influence on everything from traffic to real estate prices to influence at City Hall.
I mean, we've even had recent shootings at Google buses. I think 2 instances of people actually making violent overtures toward tech workers and these Google buses and what they represent. And, you know, of course, housing is the big issue. I think a lot of people blame tech workers for driving up housing prices. So it's no surprise that San Francisco voters say housing affordability is one of their top 3 concerns. The annual City Beat poll by the San Francisco Chamber of Commerce shows 43% of voters labeled cost of rent as a major issue. 33% pointed at the cost of owning a home, and that's up 10% from last year.
Homeless and street behavior was also a top concern for 44% of the voters, and that's actually down from 60% last year. But if you add in the 15% who cited public safety, voters overwhelmingly, have that as a concern. And they also support tasers going to San Francisco police and developing safe injection sites for intravenous drug users. New this morning, police in Oakland are dealing with yet another sideshow. It began at about 2 o'clock this morning near High Street and Foothill Boulevard. Police cited numerous drivers. Just take a look at what's going on the streets. The pandemonium in the early morning hours. It's all too regular in the East Bay these days. The cops came in, had several vehicles towed from the scene. Investigators say that at one point, spectators started breaking windows of nearby businesses and throwing bottles at officers.
And this warm weather weekend wasn't the only thing that brought folks to the beach. Hundreds of people gathered in Santa Cruz and Orange County to protest offshore oil drilling. From Skydrone 5, you can see the clear message from the protesters in Santa Cruz: no drilling. The rallies come after the White House announced it is considering opening the waters off California's coast to oil drilling. That would be for the first time in decades.
We're a marine sanctuary. We're a world surfing reserve, and we have to protect it for ourselves and for our kids.
The Trump administration says that relaxing rules on offshore drilling will lessen the country's dependence on foreign oil. The feds will hold a public hearing on this issue this Thursday in Sacramento. And expect to see more highway patrol officers out on the roads this Super Bowl weekend. Last week, the CHP started its Enough is Enough campaign, which is a zero-tolerance DUI crackdown in the Bay Area. So far, the Golden Gate Division arrested 307 impaired drivers. 13 of those were solely marijuana-related. In all, that's 50 more arrests compared to the same time frame last year.
And we're going to go from cars to walking. New traffic beacons are up and running on the peninsula, and they're the latest effort to protect pedestrians in San Mateo County. The beacons are designed to control traffic at intersections that don't usually have regular signals. So when a pedestrian pushes a button, a yellow light begins flashing, then 2 red lights flash, which for drivers is the same as a stop sign. Police say the beacons in other areas have cut down on pedestrian collisions by about 65%. North Bay wildfire victims are being warned to be on the alert for unlicensed contractors. This comes after an undercover operation sting netted more than a dozen false contractors. What they did was used ads found on Craigslist. Investigators then went to the contractors board and invited 13 men to come to a house in Sacramento. Investigators posed as owners of the house and asked for bids for the rebuilding work. 12 of the 13 who showed up are now facing felony charges for contracting without a license in a disaster area. All 13 are also charged with illegal advertising as well. Now, there's a few things you should be looking out for whenever you're hiring a contractor.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Boy, Tom Brady, another MVP, but the Eagles have the defense, Patriots have experience, but so much talent in the Eagles' running game. Nick Foles, what do you think? Well, while you contemplate that, let's look at highlights from last night. Dub Nation dressed for the occasion in downtown Denver. And the going was good here, third quarter, a little catch and shoot. Steph Curry launches. He had 24. Warriors were up by 12. But back came the Nuggets. And folks, with Warriors injury drained last night, Will Barton got going. Broke a 99 all tie. He had 25. Little over 2 minutes left. Tied at 104. Gary Harris missed a jam. But Nikola Jokic had his back. Drained a three. Second of back-to-back road games, and the Dubs lost 115-108. That's Randy Bennett. 13th ranked St. Mary's on the ropes at San Diego. Minute left. Big man Jock Landale nuzzled up. They hit their free throws, and they escaped 65-62. And former 49er receiver Terrell Owens, on his third try yesterday, elected to the Pro Football Hall of Fame, part of an 8-man class. Owens, a Niner wideout from 1996 to 2003, second in the NFL in receiving yards and touchdowns. So, what do you think? Patriots, they're favored by 4.5. Joe the Barber at Chicago 2 on Divisadero says, take the Eagles and run with it.